One making an impact here tonight. Both men look to be well prepared for this matchup, though. We've had it scheduled for a couple weeks here, and neither man will take the other one lightly. And they both know what each other does in the ring. They know each other's moves, they know their holds, they know their styles, they know the way they think, and you gotta basically think, it's basically a chess match, and who will be on their game more than the other today. These guys could wrestle 10 times, and out of those 10 times, you may have a different outcome every time, but all that matters is who walks away with that title here tonight. PWA, that is one of the most prestigious titles in all of North America, and both men want to have it around their waist. And we're gonna head away to Mark C in the ring for the wrestlers' introductions.
This here is a special 2 out of 3 fall main event. This main event is for the Pure Wrestling Champion belts. Introducing first, right behind me, making silly little gestures, weighing in at 209 pounds, all the way from Campbell River, BC, your Pure Wrestling Champion, Impact Eddie Osbourne! And in this corner, just to my right, weighing in at 225 pounds, all the way from Trenton, New Jersey, Michael Payton!
Well, the majority of the crowd seems to be behind MVP here, but that does not matter, folks, is because it doesn't matter who the fans like or like. Once you get in that ring, it's just between the two people. And I got to tell you this one thing, folks. I think the most interesting thing about this is it's a 2 out of 3 falls match. It's not like whoever wins the first fall, it's over, that's what happens. You have to beat the man 2 times. You have to beat him 2 times convincingly to show that you should be the champion. And wait a minute, here's a lockup to start off the match. Both men are going to try and be cautious, you would think, as no one, I think the most important fall is the first fall. If you can take the first fall, then folks, you may have it in the bag. The other person is at a definite disadvantage as they have to win 2 straight falls. And Osbourne, as he likes to do, targeting that arm, he knows more ways to string that arm around than pasta cook knows ways of making spaghetti. And now, wait a minute, Osbourne with an arm wrencher into a hammer lock. MVP trying to find a way to fight out of this move. How is he going to do it? Wait a minute, that's a crafty move by MVP. He always knows where he is, and he just, you could see him concentrating and thinking of the best way to get out of the maneuver, and then he does it. And now wait a minute. MVP back into a hammerlock of his own, and Osbourne going straight to the ropes. He didn't hesitate, and when he knew the move was locked in, he got to the ropes. Folks, you do not want to have any of those type of maneuvers on for an extended period of time, because it's just going to wear you down, and it could cost you the match later on, because if you really have an injured body part and the other person's really wrenching on it, you're going to have to submit here. Wait a minute now. Osbourne standing switch into a headlock here of MVP. And this is going to be a classic match, folks. Is there really a favorite? I don't know. But I've just had the ring announcer, Mark C, sit here to join me. Mark C, if you had to pick a winner, which is not an easy task to do, who would you pick in this match?
Myself, personally, I'd go with MVP. He's always been a cleaner wrestler, and I always appreciate the clean wrestlers.
And another thing to note is that in a couple of their matches, Reggie Marley has been getting involved, but from what I've seen, he is not in the building here tonight, and that could be a big factor for MVP being able to maybe walk away with the title here tonight.
True, lack of interference from the outside can certainly help the MVP anytime. Eddie Osbourne has always been known for leaning heavy on Reggie.
This match may go a little bit longer than some of our other matches with the 3 falls rules. I'm curious just to see if it will go 3 falls or just 2 in a row. But with the way these guys are evenly matched, I could see it going 3 falls here. And now, wait a minute, Osbourne taunting the crowd. He's going to go at MVP in the corner. Wait a minute, MVP was just waiting on him, playing a little possum there. Kick to the gut and a nice vicious right-handed knife edge chop. Forearm, another one. And a knee. He's really just throwing a barrage of stuff at Osbourne here. Wait a minute. This could be a pump handle. Both men haven't been wanting to hit too big of moves, but wait a minute, this could be, wait a minute, Osbourne able to reverse. What's he going for here? He's got the arms hooked. Wait a minute, MVP struggling to get out of that. Wait a minute, MVP reverses, picks him up. Oh, Osbourne able to flip over on his feet. Could be going for a roll up. Here it is. 1, 2, and a kick out by MVP. Could be too early in the match. There's a drop down. MVP goes for a clothesline, ducks the line. Osbourne hits the ropes, and wait a minute, holds on and gets a small package. And who has a pin here now? Osbourne rolling on top. No man has it. The referee counting. The shoulders are down. What? Both men jockeying for position there. And wait a minute.
I got a quick question. If they both have one shoulder down, is that they both win? So that's what it looked like back there a second ago with that second last pin call.
Good question for the fans at home, Mark. And no, you have to have 2 shoulders down to be pinned. But if both wrestlers both had both shoulders down, there definitely could be a double pin. And it would be 1-1, and we'd have to go to the last fall. And wait a minute, MVP into a bridge pin. 2. Our official, Pete, right there to see the shoulders down. So he definitely has a better angle than we do. And he's saying that that was a kick out at 2. You can tell both men don't want to make a mistake early in this match. And they're just kind of feeling each other out and making sure that they're very cautious here.
Dad, you would have to pace yourself with something like this. It could be a long haul in that ring today.
And MVP would be just stupid to fall for this as Eddie Osbourne. And he's not stupid. That's a good thing to know. Because he could be the pure wrestling champion after this. Oh! Eddie Osbourne with a vicious knife edge chop. And you've been pretty close to ringside, Mark. Those things look like they hurt.
Look like they hurt. They sound like they hurt. And I've seen the marks left on some wrestlers. They don't look. They do hurt.
And MVP able to catch Eddie Osbourne here. He could be going for this mind bender. It could be all over. Wait a minute. Osbourne scouting his moves. He knows MVP like the back of his hand. Trust me, he knows the back. No, maybe the inside of his hand very well. Wait a minute. He had the rope, and that's it. Sucks to see it that way.
First ball to Impact Eddie Osbourne.
Well, folks, you hate to see it go down that by MVP, but now he has got to climb a mighty mountain to get back into this match. He is down 1-0 to Eddie Osbourne, who, yes, he did use a bottom rope, but that doesn't matter at this point. Either way, he is up 1-0, and he'll do something like that if he has to. I have to admit, it was kind of out of nowhere there, that pin, and it's going to be very hard for MVP to beat Eddie Osbourne in 2 straight falls.
He's going to have to work hard, and he's already got, like you said, 1 step down. And he's getting hacked in that corner right now. That's not helping his case to getting those 2 pins they need. Oh, he's getting whipped. Oh, reversed it. Put Besh in there. Besh jumps over.
Yes, Eddie Osbourne did vault over. And wait a minute, MVP trying to throw those wild elbows. Osbourne keeping tight, making sure. And there's a Northern Light suplex into a bridge. That could be, ladies and gentlemen, remember, if Eddie Osbourne is to win another fall, he will cleanly defeat MVP Michael Von Payton 2-0 and walk away. And you could guarantee if that were to happen, MVP may not get another matchup at this championship belt. Into the corner now, he's going to send MVP with a head of steam. MVP able to vault over, waiting on Osbourne. Osbourne doesn't know where he is. I guess he's hasn't seen any magic disappearing chicks before. Wait a minute, MVP with a beautiful takedown, belly-to-belly suplex. Osbourne able to kick out at 2. And MVP whipping him off the ropes. And there's a vicious clothesline. And he's going to go for the 2 here. If you were MVP, Mark, but down 1-0, having to win 2 in a row, what would your game plan be at this point?
Plan B right now would be to throw him onto that hard ground because that causes some severe pain.
That is a definite fact here. We have a hard floor here outside the ring in Brantford, and these two have fought all over the arena on another occasion here, and MVP did get the better of him, so you got to think that may be a smart plan, but right now MVP is up on Osbourne, so whatever he's doing seems to be working at this point. Osbourne in a great deal of pain, screaming, almost spit a tooth out at our home viewers, and there's a European uppercut right on the mark from MVP. And wait a minute, another one. Just trying to do what Mark C said here, and he's just trying to beat Osbourne to the outside, but Osbourne's going to stay on the apron. But you got to watch Osbourne. He may look like he's in pain sometimes, and he definitely is, but he still knows where he is. And wait a minute, MVP going to get Osbourne on the apron. Wait a minute. Osbourne able to sneak in the forearm, and he jumps over the top rope, but MVP caught him. And there's a mindbender. That's MVP's finishing maneuver. 2, 3, and that's it. 1-1. Folks, we are going to the sudden death overtime.
Hey, Eddie, you didn't use the rope.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are 1-1 here, and this is for all the marbles, as they like to say when they play marbles, I guess. Osbourne trying to retreat at the rope, catch a break, maybe trying to catch a wind here as he is reeling from that mind-bending maneuver, and if MVP can hit it again, you know that'll be it. MVP doesn't care how he wins. Countout is good for him, and you know he would win the title via countout. It doesn't matter how you get the falls. It's 2 falls to 3. Osbourne taking his sweet time. And you know he is just stalling here, folks. He doesn't want to get back in there. And to be quite honest, I wouldn't want to get back in the ring with MVP either.
I think MVP should have stopped this, waiting for Eddie to get in there. He's just resting up, getting better. I know MVP himself is resting up at the same time, but Eddie's in more damage, it looks like. You should have gotten out of that ring a lot sooner, went after him a lot earlier.
Yeah, you got to go after a wounded dog while he's wounded, or he may just get fixed by the veterinarian. I don't know if that's the greatest analogy, folks. I'm not very good at the analogies, and now they're going to be battling everywhere here at Jay's Place in Brantford, Ontario. MVP rattling Osbourne's hard head off of that table. I don't know who's taking the worst of it, his head or is his table. MVP asking the fans where they want to see Osbourne's forehead go off next. Oh my. Osbourne does have a great deal of poofy hair, but I don't think that's going to be helping him in any way. Osbourne getting taken back into the ring by MVP, and that seems to be the best thing. When MVP has him in the ring, he seems to be able to take the advantage of Osbourne. And Osbourne's going to have to use one of his cheap tactics to get back into this, because right now MVP has just been taking it to him for the last couple of minutes.
Looks like MVP has a hold of the ears nice and good. As far as I know, that's still legal as long as he doesn't hold that here.
Yeah, it definitely is still legal to grab the ears. And to be quite honest, folks, you could grab your Eddie Osbourne's ears from Cambridge even if he was in Brantford. And wait a minute, Osbourne getting clocked with a forearm there. And MVP has him right in the corner, and he's not going to miss that close. And now another one. Eddie Osbourne, I think at 2/3. Maybe his tongue fell out of his mouth after that right hand. He's going to send Osbourne off the ropes. MVP ducks down. Oh, wait a minute. Catches a boot for Osbourne. Oh, Osbourne sending him down with the modified backbreaker on the knee. And now he's going to take over. Osbourne's still in pain himself, but he sees his opportunity. He's going to go for it.
Oh, he's just stomping the heck right now. MVP Eddie Osbourne is going for that second pin any moment now. He just wants to make sure he's worn right out. Oh, no, going for submission. Oh, look at this now.
Looks to be a camel clutch for his Sheik friend, and I know for a fact that Eddie Osbourne isn't friends with the Sheik, unless he's friends with the Sheik condom for his after parties. And MVP's trying to fight this, though. This move can be very devastating, and it's hard to fight out. And Osbourne, just seeing that MVP was trying to get out, was smart, released the hold, and targeted that back again, folks.
That back is bruised all over the place from Eddie just walking all over it just a few moments ago.
You've got to think both men are definitely feeling the effects of this match, considering they've already had not one but 2 matches. This is the 3rd match, if you really think about it, because most normal matches are only 1 fall. Osbourne hooking the ropes, the referee being too smart to catch it. Mark, you've been a referee in there. It's not always easy to catch every little thing that's going on in the ring.
Oh, heck no. Just like earlier, he missed that with those ropes. He got the pin. Tried doing it again. He caught it this time. He's trying to stay consistent, but don't have eyes in the back of the head. We only threaten that.
Well, the PWA's official's job is very hard, and really they are underrated. They don't get the credit that is deserved to be given to them. And now Osbourne with one of his patented maneuvers, that arm-breaking DDT. And that means he could be trying to set up for that submission maneuver that he likes to use, the Fujinami armbar. And now Osbourne is even getting in the face of the ref, but we know that he is calling it perfect count. The counts have been the same every time.
That bribery attempt didn't work at all, it looks like. He said, I'll give you money to cheat, and then he counted him another 2. I don't think he's going to get any money, that ref today.
What is MVP going to have to do to get back into this match, though? He seems to be pretty tired. These guys have been going at it for over 10 minutes here. What's he got to do to get back at Osbourne and turn this thing around?
I think he needs Osbourne to make a mistake and capitalize on it. That's what I think he's going to take.
Well, that's a good way to look at it, Mark. It's true. If he makes a mistake, he needs to capitalize on it, because one thing about Osbourne, he doesn't make too many mistakes. He is, as his butt likes to say, they're wrestling personified. And now Osbourne has MVP up, a knife edge chop, but he's going to that shoulder area. And folks, the one thing that's really smart about Osbourne targeting his arm is he's got so many arms move, but that's also the weak shoulder of MVP, as he has never still been back to 100% since he came back early from his injury. And wait a minute, MVP up. Oh, what a huge power bomb. 2, that's it. Oh, Osbourne able to kick out. I don't even know if Osbourne's still awake. Did he just kick out on instinct there?
I think that's all they're left in there. MVP's now turning things around, but he's hurting, so he's just going to try and mash it, looks like.
Every move seems to be just like out of desperation. Both men fighting with guts and heart right now. Not so much a game plan or not. And then wait a minute, MVP sent to the apron, but he's able to hold on. And wait a minute, Osbourne, oh my. And that could be the turning point of the match, as I doubt if MVP is going to be able to use that arm very much more in the rest of the match. And it looks like we have company, Mark C.
Certainly does look like it. The Sultan friend, or what do you call him? The Persian friend?
The Pop.
The Pop just came out. Well, Eddie was just saying that he did camel clutch earlier to his friend there. I think that was just the calling point, saying, hey, come on out here, I'm going to need your help. Without Reggie, he still can hire some people. Money does get you everything, it seems.
Yes, money does get you everything, and Eddie Osbourne, at this point, still the pure wrestling champion, has a lot of it, and the Prince are doing a number on MVP, and this is just unfair. Osbourne in the ring has MVP now, rolled right in, perfectly set up by the Princes, and this could be it. The Fujinami armbar, you know, MVP. Wait a minute. MVP had the foot on the ropes, and this is just unfair. MVP's basically fighting 3 men right now, Mark.
This is retarded. He can't even get out of that. Every time he puts his foot up, it's just being knocked off by the Prince of Power. Ref can't see it because he just keeps ducking right underneath the mat. He misses it every time. Oh, he puts it right back in. MVP's still trying to work his way to the rope, but the Prince of Persia's right over there. Oh, he's yanking that rope just out of reach. Will he get to it? I don't even think it'll do him any good if he does get to it.
Yeah, it won't do him any good. Wait a minute. Now the Prince of Persia grabbed MVP's arm and was tapping. And wait a minute, the ref called for the bell. And, folks, I hate to see it go down that way. Folks, if you see what transpired here, you may not have been able to pick it up from your camera view, but what happened is the Princes were on the outside of the ring. Osbourne had that armbar hooked in, and the Prince of Persia grabbed MVP's wrist and tapped it for him. The referee seen the tapping, but he bloody well did not know that MVP wasn't tapping on his own accord, and MVP has been screwed one more time out of that title. Folks, this is not fair. He needs to have a clean shot at it without any interference from the back, folks.